on then, let's chat with then the founder and CEO of Scope. It's an invite-only startup networking platform. They've launched a venture capital fund worth about $45 million. Let's understand a little bit more. We've got Appalla Saikiran, who is the founder and CEO, now joining in. So this is an invite-only networking startup platform. Tell us how it works.
So basically, Scope is an invite-only networking platform. So we have partnerships with around 7,000 VC firms, more than 400 family offices work with us, and 20,000 angel investors. So to avoid the overburdening of viewing of too many startup profiles, we take in startup profiles from our RMs. So the relation managers who are in connect with the startup ecosystem. So they take in startup profiles who are raising funding accordingly from all the firms or incubators or anyone. So from there we take in the startup profile, we evaluate them, we see if we can raise funding for them in our network. Once we are able to verify that we can raise funding for them in our network, we schedule calls with investors, we take care of all the paperwork, whatever is required, so that the startups can just focus on pitching their idea and avoid all the hassle of cold emailing, waiting for a reply, the dilemma of whether I'll get a response or not. So avoiding all those mundane processes, we'll take care of that. The startups can just focus on their product and how to take it further.
So then how exactly do you make money?
So there's a success fee on every fund that we raise. The average check size also we raise is around $2 to $5 million for every company from seed stage. Sometimes we do pre-seed to series companies also.
Right. And now you're looking to provide strategic funding. You're looking at promising sectors. Tell us a little bit more about how you plan to enable them to grow.
So generally, in terms of scope that we work with startups, we are kind of sector agnostic. So we, work with every kind of startup in every sector. But due to the funding trends that we are able to monitor according to the funds that we're raising for startup, we get to know whether, fintech startup funding is going at a higher pace, or, insurtech, or, gaming sector, AI, wherever it's going. So we, on those trends, we kind of follow on where should we focus more and which startups and which sector are getting funded heavily. So that's another thing that we do.
So you're focused on the fintech and gaming sector. Can you tell us why?
So fintech and gaming sector specifically, why? Because, it's a huge market in India. Fintech, especially in the lending space, I'm very bullish about because of, its growing market capacity, as well as, its compounding growth rate of around 160% is kind of really exciting to watch, as well as in the gaming sector. Why? Because we have the biggest gaming consumer, mobile gaming consumer base in India, around 400 million. And with, again, its compounding growth rate is around 16% that we were looking at. $2.5 billion market at present, which is expected to grow to 6 billion, I believe, by 2028. So it's also a huge growing market. So specifically these two, because of these reasons, and the statistics also support it a lot. So that's why I'm pretty bullish on this market, as well as the consumers who are using it.
So tell us how many angel investors Scope currently has partnerships with, and how you plan to grow that.
So in terms of startups that we want to help, so it's basically primarily focused on fintech and gaming space. And we definitely look forward to supporting these entrepreneurs out there who are in this space, because one thing we definitely understand, this space definitely requires good amount of R&D, especially in the gaming space. The gaming studios require good amount of R&D capital infusion. So we'll be more than excited to work with entrepreneurs in that space and promoting R&D among the startup ecosystem and the entrepreneurs, so that we are not just we are building more of sustainable and long scale growth companies.
And what's the long-term vision?
So for the long term, so along with just raising funds, so for startups, we are also right now, we have built an LP pool who we are also working with, VC funds like Oncology Ventures and all these guys to, raise funds for VC firms also. That's one of the other arms of revenue that we have opened up at Scope very recently. And we also do the portfolio management service. And I soon, so the major goal that I personally want to, be able to achieve is, kind of be able to create a Y Combinator kind of system in India that will not just, look at the funding aspect, but also, the holistical growth aspect with the startups and the founders. So that's kind of the long-term goal that I envision. And yeah, that's precisely it.
All right.